This is gonna get ugly.
First, he comes to us from the slums of New York City. He is the Latin Frank White, representing Outlaws Inc. and weighs 212 pounds. Homicide!
Homicide enters the ring, and the entire mood of the building has changed as nearly all of this sold-out crowd stands on their feet because they know that this match is built up for the last number of months, that all violence is legal, and these two men will be tied by a dog collar in a dog collar match.
And you gotta figure that Homicide even saltier than usual after Eddie Kingston forced to say the words "I quit" in that brutal clash with Fatu earlier in Into the Void.
Homicide wants no way to be embarrassed in the way that his partner of Outlaws Inc., Eddie Kingston, was embarrassed earlier in this evening.
Josef, a PCW Ultra Original, was in the main event of Release the Kraken years ago. And speaking of history, War Beasts, tag team champions of PCW Ultra for over 1,000 days. But this is not about the titles. This is damn sure personal.
Josef Samael coming down to the ring, eyes locked on Homicide. Josef already spitting out curse words, talking trash from the ringside area, cautiously now approaching the ring apron. Dog collar already strapped around the neck of Josef, one strapped around the neck of Homicide, as our veteran official Jeremy Marcus holds that steel chain link.
Yeah, there'll truly be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide in this thing. And the rules, anything goes in terms of violence, but you have to drag your hapless opponent around the ring, touch all four corners to be declared the victor, but expect a hell of a lot in the way of violence on the way to get there.
Josef with the red boots and the black t-shirt with the yellow logo sporting War Beast representing. Homicide with the blue trunks, black t-shirt, blue armband, 5150 written on the side of the trunks of Homicide, and you absolutely have to be dog shit crazy to get in there with Josef in an all violence is legal match.
Might be a bit of a tug of war here in the early going, trying to draw your opponent in. Can hear the faithful barking for this dog collar match. The chain can be utilized as a weapon as well. And this match made because you'll recall at No Quarter, Outlaws Inc. using a chain to hang Josef Samael.
It was almost like a light bulb went off the head of Josef, the Midnight Sun, as he was hung by that chain, and an idea came into his mind that, well, if you want to play with a chain, why don't we play with it? Why don't we really go at it? All violence is legal. Put a chain around your neck, put it around mine. You ain't going anywhere. And he didn't say it in exactly those words because he was cussing up a storm.
Yeah, sacrifice play there seconds ago by Josef. The headbutt, it cost him as well. Now starts to wrap that chain around the skull of Homicide. You got to believe that chain can just dig in, dig through flesh. Imagine if it's across your eyes, across your throat.
Look at that, right hand ends up actually almost hurting Josef. He was able to stop the momentum of Homicide, who looked to escape. But, I mean, if Homicide were to escape and try to exit the ring, it could jar the neck, hurt the vertebrae of Josef. I mean, this is as dangerous of a match as there is in professional wrestling today.
And if you're keeping score at Into the Void right now, it's War Beast 1, Outlaws Inc. nothing, courtesy of that victory in the I Quit match, as we talked about. by Fatu. Now repeating history here is Homicide wrapping the chain around the throat of Josef, and now look at this, fish hooking him with it. This won't end the match, but it can certainly incapacitate your opponent.
We've grown to know Homicide over the years to be one of the most violent men in professional wrestling. We've come to know Homicide, of course, from his stint with TNA. That's one corner there, but only one.
Yeah, and if your momentum is nullified, that'll stop it. So now it's back to square one for Homicide. He'll have to start back over. Not getting any credit for that touch at this point.
Yeah, our fans at home have become accustomed to 3 counts in professional wrestling. 1, 2, 3 usually gets you a victory with a pinfall. But in this match, you'll need all 4 corners without a break in momentum to earn that victory. And right now, neither man earning a corner as they just look to do damage on each other at this time.
Little taste of his own medicine here for Homicide as Josef wrapping that chain around the throat. He's got Homicide in a very precarious position right here.
Trouble making out with the Ultra Faithful are chanting right now, but you can see some of the expressions in the front row of our great fans who are cringing at the violence that is taking place.
Ooh.
Oh, cutter!
Beautiful cutter. Really caught Josef off guard there with a high impact move. There's one touch now. And now he's got 2. He's halfway home as Homicide. There's 3. He's got 1 to go. A break in the momentum here is Josef.
Now you can see Jeremy Marcus waving his arms. And that's to indicate that that 4th corner wouldn't have counted even if he had made it because the momentum had been broken.
Close call, though, for Josef, who counters with a nice suplex, and now he's got one the other way.
Interesting to see Josef choose to go counterclockwise there. I thought the opening was more to the right side, more in that clockwise fashion. But, I mean, how do you think logically when you have a dog collar tied around your neck? I mean, how do you even breathe? How does the blood get to your brain in such a violent situation as these 2 men find themselves in right now?
Especially when you start breathing heavy through your mouth. That's gonna constrict the windpipe, you gotta believe. Now they're rolling to the outside. And Homicide going to work. He got 3 corners earlier, but wasn't able to finish the deal, and gonna try and dish out some serious punishment on the outside. But if you knock your opponent out, you're gonna have to drag him back in.
Homicide electing to bite the head, and I'm kind of laughing at the fans' reaction who decided that they didn't want any piece of this action. Sort of parting of the seas happening in the audience. You could see it here again. I mean, just that steel chain swinging back and forth. Very dangerous for our front row fans who are paying top dollar for those tickets.
Although singles matches have been rare for Josef during this 1,000 day reign, over 1,000 day reign of War Beast. Early on, he did have some singles matches with the likes of MVP and with the hardcore icon Sandman. Homicide once battled for the PCW Ultra Championship.
Todd Kennelly alluding to that very first event that PCW Ultra had almost 4 years ago. That inaugural event released the Kraken as we watched Josef fighting against MVP, and it was almost like something snapped in his mind in that match. Josef never really has been the same since that day nearly 4 years ago.
Well, that can happen when you're under the tutelage of the devil, Kevin Sullivan, back at the time. Scooping a slam attempt by Homicide. Countered nicely.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, punched that.
Goes for that knife edge shot, but his hand hitting that chain in the center of the sternum that sits right behind the pecs of Homicide.
Sacrifice play, you gotta be careful. Look at this, now a suplex the other way. Josef with one earlier, now trying to string it together.
Not only was that a perfect suplex that he just executed, did Homicide, but he did Josef right on the chain.
And imagine the pressure when you're in that launch position that collar's putting on your neck as well.
Homicide loves every bit of this. And I am entertained and certainly enjoying Homicide's disposition, much like we saw earlier tonight. One half of Outlaws Inc., Eddie Kingston representing New York. And Josef, a man really with no home, has called PCW Ultra and California his home for the last 4 years.
Yep, this is in many ways is the house that War Beast built. Look out here. Oh, looking to whip Josef with that chain. Josef now, little shades of Sabu, throwing the high heat right across the plate.
Look at this. Shirt over the head. Josef trying to tie up Homicide and just, again, reminds you of whomever, reminds me of Super Dragon, just tossing that chair recklessly into his opponent. You could tell these men hate each other, but look at this. That's one corner, two, brilliant by Homicide, who's reeling, but able to get to two corners, and that's it.
And that offensive maneuver by Josef, yep, will break that chain of momentum, as you mentioned before. Back and forth matchup. Dishing out a whole lot of pain. Oh, look out here, going south of the border. Again, anything goes. You'd notice that. Not even any form of admonishment by official Jeremy Marcus. Only one way to win this thing, Christian.
And Homicide's asking for some punishment. And it looks to be an attempt to throw Josef off. Homicide wants some more.
Opening up that target, both removing the chain, saying, give me your best shot.
Let me tell you something, Todd. That absolutely stings and hurts. Homicide is making a real attempt. And look at that. Now both men making an attempt to not show the other the pain inflicted by those knife-edge chops. A psychological battle taking place in this match as a real battle, and perhaps now a lynching taking place on the outside, but no.
The legs hook though as well, and imagine that'll certainly test the ligaments of the knee.
True, but also helping to create a buffer from the neck area.
The official saying that counted as a touch. Getting your head rammed into the turnbuckle. Uh-oh, elevator going down all the way to the basement.
Josef reaching into it. Oh my God. I was wondering what he pulled out. That is that Syrian spike that Josef has become known for, famous for. Josef asking if these fans are bloodthirsty for the Syrian spike.
Blatant low blow, as legal as a wrist lock in this thing. Fumble on the play, and the defense might recover in the form of the Syrian spike. And Homicide all too happy to fight fire with fire.
Oh my God. That uppercut-like motion with the Syrian spike, and we've seen it in that overhand jabbing motion from Josef, but Homicide electing to go up and in.
And now digging it into that laceration as the blood starts to flow from the cranium of Josef, a victim.
Wow.
Of his own signature weapon.
How sick is Homicide? Josef busted open, bleeding crimson red, and Homicide like a shark.
Well, we talked about it. Outlaw Inc. have taken the fight to War Beast. They've been able to go toe-to-toe with War Beast like perhaps no one that we've seen. And we talked about War Beast facing the likes of Sandman, Reno Scum,
look at the
Masada. You talk about it, all kinds of incredible opposition.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but look at the eyes of Josef, who seems to be gaining fuel from the blood that trickles down his face. Nice counter by the Midnight Sun there.
Yeah, but what effort that took, and that's only gonna force more blood to pump from the cranium of Josef. Look out here, was looking for that gringo cutter. Gets pulled in, DDT by Josef, and I do believe that Homicide hit the chain on the way down.
Oh yeah, that's exactly right. Homicide's cranium digging right into that cold steel chain that lays across the canvas. There's probably about 8 or 9 feet of leeway. Josef makes it to that first corner, and that's one. He just needs 3 more corners without a break in momentum to earn himself a victory which would mean War Beast 2-0 on the night.
And with that
Well,
blood,
2-1 if you count Victoria Vaughn's loss earlier in challenging for the women's title.
but in their series with Outlaw Inc. And now 3, one more to go, and maybe a sense of urgency for Josef, because I don't know how much longer he can last with that blood flowing from his head. Here we go, inches away now. Can he get there? Homicide applying the pressure. The referee, it's still in play right now. If Josef can lunge, this attempt is still in play because there hasn't been an offensive move by Homicide. There we go, fireball!
Can he get it? Tension on the cable, tension! No, he gets it! That's it!
No, Kingston!
Kingston's back!
Look out!
Eddie Kingston is back in the ring! And an assault taking place.
Full mount by Kingston, ground and pound, he's biting him, he's biting that laceration! This was supposed to be a one-on-one matchup, this is ridiculous.
And where the hell did Eddie Kingston come from? As soon as this match ended, Kingston sprinting to the ring, and now an all-out assault, a beatdown of one half of the tag team champions.
Pack of jackals. Poor losers is what they are. Josef got the win. Hellacious fight. Blood all over his face, and now look at this. An STF with the chain.
In the mouth of Josef, and you say poor losers, I say they're trying to treat this man a lesson. Teach this man a lesson.
They lost. They lost both matches tonight, by the way.
This isn't about wins and losses, Todd.
Yeah, you're right.
This is about an all-out war between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Well, War Beast might have won the battles, but they might lose the war if this keeps up. Completely helpless right now is Josef. But how many people did we see? Have we seen War Beast do this to?
I think this is the fault of Josef. You want to talk about all violence is legal? Well, this is what happens.
What are you saying? Live by the sword, die by the sword?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And look at that! Jacob Fatu hits the ring! Jacob Fatu! And what is he doing here?
He's evening the score is what he's doing. Kingston all over Fatu now. And for the second straight time, they might end up getting the better of War Beast in extracurricular activity after losing both matches. Look at this. All the way to Kingston on Fatu, north-south position.
How many times do I have to tell you this isn't about wins and losses? This is about beating your opponent to a bloody pulp. Who's the one who's bloodied? The Midnight Sun is the one busted open. Oh no!
He might not be the only one after this. Shot after shot with that heavy steel chain. Man, what a war.
The numbers game too much, though. Fatu is reeling. War Beast, man, what a match this would be for the tag team titles. Can you imagine? All four of these men ready for All Violence is Legal.
Right now, we've got ourselves a big-time flogging here.
Where are the officials at? Where is Dom Vitale at?
Are you gonna want to get out there?
No, not me.
Where the hell's Homicide going? I'd climb and get the hell away from Fatu as well. Homicide comes crashing back down to the reality of a War Beast beating. I don't know if there's anybody that can stop this. It's gonna end when War Beast and Outlaws Inc. say it's gonna end.
We have lost all control here at PCW Ultra, and finally some of our security team are making their way out.
Yeah, you've got, a lot of the young guns participants, just bodies from the locker room coming out here trying to separate these two warring factions. Good luck.
We have lost all control at Into the Void. Our timekeeper continues to ring the bell to signify this match has been over for 5 or 6 minutes, and this brawl is continuing, and these fans are in danger. This is chaos.
I'm just glad they haven't come up here. This is eerily familiar, and similar to what we saw last time, where there was no conclusion. Total chaos, total carnage continues to reign supreme. But if you look at the records, and I know you say they don't count, War Beast ran the table.
I mean, the wins and losses count, but that's just not what this is about, Todd.
Not with these two teams,
This is a
you're right.
bloodthirsty rivalry.
Well, how do you...
Why doesn't War Beast just put the titles on the line? Why don't they give these guys a shot? If I was Outlaws Inc., I'd be pissed off too. They come over here all the way to California, representing, and it's just a fight. It's an all-out fight. And I think everybody here in Wilmington and everybody watching at PCW On Demand wants to see a tag team title match so that this 1,000 days can finally come to an end.
Well, I don't think there's any way around it right now. I don't think classic Cody Chung is going to be able to separate these two warring factions. Rick Knox is down.
How is Rick Knox going to make it to Dynamite? Oh wait, actually, we're going to hear from Joseph right now. A cathartic moment for a lot of indie wrestlers around the world with that chant.
This is going on far enough. This is going on far enough. January 10th. Let's put this shit in a fucking cage match.
What? Are you kidding?
Hold on. Not just a cage match. I want fucking barbed wire.
And they're starting to fight again. This is erupting again after a challenge issued.
A barbed wire cage match? Did he say a barbed wire cage match? I don't think I've ever seen something like that.
All right, you fucking little midget. Let me tell you something. You want to do it? You want to do it? On two, kill. Come on.
Oh no!
Oh my God! This is absolute insanity.
Hey, say what you gotta say, cocksucker.
Challenge accepted.
January 10th, our 4th anniversary show in Wilmington. Tickets available at PCWUltra.com. And it looks like we have a match for the PCW Ultra Tag Team titles. If you want to go, look at this. It just continues to break down, and the chaos thrives here at PCW Ultra.
I swear. Does War Beast have a Defy title defense? APW? They have something to go on MLW. That might be the only thing that's going to get War Beast out of the effing Ultratorium. Oh boy. Fatu like a cannonball. Kingston now. Look, you got get Rick Knox out of there for the love of God.
What is happening?
This goes on much longer. Knox is going to have a flight to catch.
Rick Knox is a millionaire now. Take care of him. Things are breaking down here at the Ultratorium. My God.
I'm surprised we still have a feed. I can't believe the cameramen are still standing.
Someone call the police. If you can hear us in the truck, call the cops. The response time in Los Angeles is trash.